It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. We come to you daily here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, are all at the Mike Prince Show. The website is obnradio.com. Our YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. And our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we are going to jump right into today's episode. And I hope that everything is well with you and your loved ones. Strange week that we just experienced together, but sooner or later, this too shall pass. We're going to have a update from Waller Independent School District about the latest and the greatest things happening there. And then we'll continue on with today's episode.
Waller ISD is providing curbside meal service to any child aged 18 and under from now through April 9th. The service is provided Monday through Friday at Holloman Elementary, Field Store Elementary, and Roberts Road Elementary. Breakfast is available from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., and lunch is available from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come drive through. A friendly child nutrition worker is ready to serve you.
And welcome back as we continue to navigate through uncharted waters. Please govern yourselves according to the instructions and the food sites available if you're in need of them. Well, we had on last night's live episode of the Mike Prince Show, and those who are not aware, we do come live Sundays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We had head basketball coach for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, Byron Smith, as our guest, as well as B.J. Jones, football analyst for the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and soon to launch the Barbershop right here on the network. And in the midst of everything that's going on, you still have to plan for the future. Yes, things are at a standstill right now, but this is where the rubber truly meets the road. Administrative moves are being made all around us. We gave you the report on Alabama A&M relieving Manny Laura of his baseball duties. You see basketball coaches and some football coaches even being relieved of duties. Some are being hired for new duties. So the business of athletics will pick up wherever it was abruptly left off, sooner or later. Here is where athletic administrators cannot be caught behind the 8 ball because things on the surface are not moving. We have to be like the little old duck in the pond, calm on the top, but the feet are pedaling like mad beneath the water, so that things do not further slip behind. Yes, it's going to be a financial blow on every aspect, not just athletically, but economically worldwide. Still, plans and provisions must be made in order to see things through. How will each of us come out on top of things? When it comes to marketing, marketing is a challenge not just on the lower tiers, but on the higher tiers. But you're still working and developing marketing plans. You're taking advantage to accelerate those plans while you have this wiggle room, if you allow me to identify it as so. But however you choose to identify this virus season, is not a time for keeping yourselves preoccupied and even depressed to a state of the news. You might even have to take a break from some of the news report. Focus and plan for the things that will return sooner or later. I know that sounds probably shallow to some, but life will continue, and it's what you do in times such as this that will prepare you for times down the road. With the way things are looking right now, it's projected in some cases, depending on who you ask, May, June, July is when things will be possibly cleared. What will we do in between time? Are we just going to sit there and say, oh, wow, when is it going to come? When is it going to come? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. No, we got to occupy. We got to work some plans, plan some works to keep things in some sort of a rhythm. So when the time is released, it's already going to be hard enough. And being quite honest with you, I would not be surprised if football season is canceled or at least cut in half. How do you deal with that? You have the Power Five institutions right now. They're panicking because of the financial hit that will bring, but you have to plan for life without it, just in case. Are there steps for an abbreviated schedule? How will we adjust season ticket sales? How will we deal with TV contracts? There are so many things that need and are, for the most part, I would have to imagine, especially when you're in billion-dollar industries such as we just mentioned, there are contingency plans being worked out right now. The question is, what are the smaller institutions doing? What are the entrepreneurs that are connected to these institutions doing? Because we're seeing the financial hit all around us. It doesn't stop the bills from coming in. It doesn't stop people from being hungry. So although we're in a crisis, let us prepare to do our parts in the midst of this crisis so that we can be a part of the solution and not just the problem. As I've been stating since this situation has been brought to our awareness, at this point, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican. I don't care if you're tall, short. I don't care if you're huge or thin. We are all under attack. And how we get through this is by planning throughout this crisis. There are things from both sides that could have been done. And I'm going to say this and take it for whatever it's worth. There are things that should have been done better. And we all understand that. But guess what? That's water under the bridge. We can't go back and undo that. And if we were to flip that same thing in the world of athletics, and if we begin to talk about programs that are not achieving or hadn't prepared and planned for better results, then people take that personal. So you pick and choose. If it's good for the gander, it has to be good for the goose. Leadership involves planning. Leadership involves action. Leadership involves transparency. Be upfront with those you have the assignment to lead. If it's bad, let's accept that it's bad, but let's work on how we can make it better. If it's good, let's not just sit back on our heels. Let's prepare for any event it starts to dip south a little bit, because nothing stays the same forever. And speaking of nothing stays the same forever, it's time for me to exit stage left. I want to thank you guys so much for joining in with us on today. We have a very awesome interview coming up. You guys are going to be very pleased with it. Can't wait to release it for your enjoyment. Want to remind you that it's not the end, it is the beginning. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And what do you plan to do with it? Thank our sponsors, thank our supporters, and thank you, the listener. I am out of time for right now. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.